Christian School, Episode 4. Question Everything.
Alright, kids, I'd like to tell you how I came to know Jesus. You see, my mom shoved Catholicism down my throat as a child and, well, eventually some true Christians told me that we weren't supposed to pray to Mary or saints and that the Catholic Church is the whore of Babylon.
She said whore.
So I realized if I stayed in that religion, I would go to hell like all Catholics. Really, Catholics are a bunch of idol worshippers. They're all gonna burn in hell, all 1 billion of them.
I know it sounds harsh, kids, but you can't argue with the infinite justice and wisdom of God. So anyway, my son watches TV with me, and he points out sinful activities on TV, and he points out that God's gonna judge those people for what they're doing. Now I want you all to be like my son. You should all notice sin, you should recognize sin, and you should turn away from it. You should tell people what's gonna happen to them if they stay in their sin. Now, often my son will point out when I am doing sinful activities, like listening to oldies music. Now, what I always say to him is that he should do what I say and not what I do. I mean, I'm not perfect, you know, but I repeat the words of Jesus, and Jesus was perfect. Everything he did was perfect, and everything he said was perfect. So, everything I say is perfect, so you should do what I say, not what I do. Does that make sense, kids?
I can understand Afghanistan, but I feel like Iraq was a big mistake. We haven't established that they had ties with Al-Qaeda. We haven't found weapons of mass destruction. All we have to show for it is a captured dictator and a nation in shambles. Are you some kind of Democrat? No, I'm a Republican. We have to fight him over there so we don't have to fight him over here. And that's why I said I could understand Afghanistan. I just can't understand, in hindsight, how Iraq was a good idea. We're liberating those people, man. That's just one of the many reasons I think George Bush is the greatest president we've ever had, man. What? You're kidding, right? What about Reagan?
We're the radio talk show that is not hosted by a right-wing wacko or a convicted felon. No, I am your host. It's the Tom Leykis Show, 1-800-500-866. It's Flash Friday, so, boys, turn on your headlights, and girls, if you see someone with their headlights on, be sure to show your knockers.
Now this is interesting. Tom, I just got flashed on the 405 by this hot chick with double D's, man. They must have been real. Tom, I listen every day and I follow the Leykis 101 rules, man. I don't have a girlfriend and I get more ass than a toilet seat, man.
You never spend more than $40 on a date?
Never, man.
Good, because a woman decides in the first 5 minutes if she's going to have sex with you. It doesn't matter how much stuff you buy her. Thanks for the call. John on the Tom Leykis Show, hello.
Yes, Tom, I was just wondering, why are you an atheist?
I see no evidence for the fairy tales we call religion.
An atheist? How could anyone not believe in God?
How can you deny that there's a God, man? Isn't it obvious that something had to create the world?
That's obvious to you. But I see no reason to believe that God exists, and no reason to believe that his existence is necessary for the existence of anything else.
What if I'm wrong? I mean, I've never heard God's voice. I've never seen God. I've never felt God's presence. And I see all these people saying they feel God's presence, and people get saved and they feel better. They feel God. but I never felt that. Is it just me? Does God not care about me? What if God didn't create the world 6,000 years ago? What if he didn't create the world at all? I need answers to my questions. I bet the internet has the answers. Creationism. Age of the Earth by Dr. Kent Hovind. Well, he's a doctor. He must know what he's talking about. So this should answer my questions.
About 6,000 years ago, God made everything. 4,400 years ago, there was a flood. As the flood water was running off, about half that mud washed out there in 20 minutes. So it looks like it took 30,000 years. No, they forgot the flood.
I guess I'm not wrong after all, but I still wonder why I don't hear God's voice or feel God's presence.
Oh, hell no. You'd better not question God, boy. Shit, if he keeps questioning God, this series will end very quickly.
They're gonna rape you up the butt. Back off, lying piece of shit.